absolutely nobody watching this video. My name is the Squid-Boy, and I'm back at it with another episode of blah 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 blah. Who cares? Today I'm going to be talking about speedsters. You know, those characters that move really fast and well, they really just move really fast. They're usually superheroes, a lot of times not superheroes though, and they move really fast. That is their main thing. They move fast. But you see, speedsters have an overwhelming problem. That problem is they are too powerful for their own good and the sake of the story. One big problem is that speed and strength are kind of used generally as a power multiplier, but that can be very tricky because a character that's 100 times stronger than normal is about 100 times more powerful than normal. But a character that's 100 times faster is way more than 100 times more powerful. One of the biggest problems with super speed is that the writer has to do some serious finagling to explain why the character doesn't just avoid absolutely everything. A lot of writers go the cheap route and just making their superpowers purposely inconsistent, acting as if it has a random on-off button to explain why the Flash got tripped that one time. This is usually done so they can't just solve everything on their own. You'll notice in half the movies they appear in, speedsters have a tendency to get knocked out of the climax somehow. The most infamous example of this probably being Quicksilver, who is absent in the climax of every single one of the movies he appears in. The first film, he is just straight up in a different location entirely. They just decide they don't need him anymore for some reason. In the second film, he breaks his leg and is no longer able to fight in the climax of the film. And in his most recent film, he just straight up gets every bone in his body broken during the climax. One big thing contributing to the fact that speedsters are just way too overpowered in most of the media they come up in is the fact that most directors decide to show their speed. The best way to do that would be to basically just freeze time and show everything from their perspective. While being super powerful and fast might work for a solo adventure, the problem is most speedsters don't show up in solo adventures. They usually show up in teams with other people who need to feel useful even though they are not really that useful, and some of them have like almost no abilities, and it's like they fire arrows and yet they still need to pretend like they have something to contribute to the team, so they kind of just level everyone to like the same playing field. So goodbye, and always remember, when in doubt, nyoom. Hey, let's see how fast you can click on the subscribe button.